Over the next 7 months, my condition slid into decline. I waited for weeks for my cervical muscle strain to go away, but it never fully did. Because the St. Vincent's East Hospital doctors misdiagnosed me, I tried to live normally, which I quickly discovered would lead to compound injuries of this area, which in turn took weeks to recover to a state where I could ever try to repeat them. It felt like I had an open wound where my neck and my head met. Some thin temporary layer of coagulation tissue formed over the wound. I could only move my head in a very limited number of ways. Moving my head outside of this range led to a tearing of this tissue, reopening the wound, which as I stated took weeks or months to get back to the manageable pain state. It felt like my skull was broken and leaking. I heard bones rubbing, cracking in my head and my neck. This would be accompanied by a feeling like I was dying and I had to lay down for a day or more for it to heal, or longer. Soon I became bedridden, like I was, at 39 years old I was bedridden. I had pain in my neck, skull at all times, day and night. Sleeping was difficult. Over time I could not lay on my left side where my skull was broken, nor on my back. The pain was unbearable. My left arm became weak and limp, where I had to lay on my right side only. I cannot move it with very much range at all. That's my left arm. My pinky finger on my left hand is permanently bent. I'm clenching my hand. A hole wore into my right ear from sleeping on my right side only. My left side of my body was numb. I had some kind of motor nervous system damage. I stopped sweating from my forehead, which in turn felt numb. Lips became numb, breathing, heart rate, hearing, sensitivity to temperature, light and sound was affected. My extremities went cold. I lost control of my urinary function temporarily and felt dizzy prior to bowel movements. I had flashing light in my eyes when my eyelids closed. My feet twitched when I was in bed uncontrollably, visually. I had vertigo or slight dizziness at all times. I had problems walking. I was nervous, felt jittery, uneasy walking as well. I felt like I was dying. I found I couldn't laugh or cry anymore without having so much head pain. I felt I would have a stroke or seizure. Yeah, when I would laugh or cry or express any great emotion, my head would hurt like I was going to have a stroke or something. It was awful. When I'd get a shower, I'd get out and try to dry off with a towel. When I touched the front of my head, not with very much force, with the towel trying to dry my head, my head would pivot. Imagine a seesaw. It would pivot backwards, like very little material was holding it onto my vertebrae, and then after that, I would be in great pain.